So we are on season 1, and it is episode 2 for Martha's Vineyard Summer House. And it's a lot of drama. Okay, so yes, there's a lot of drama already going on. I got my socks on, I'm chilling. I hope you guys are chilling too. But there's a lot of drama happening this episode. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First, we start back off with the restaurant that the guys went to, everybody went to. This restaurant that we left off with the last episode, episode 1. And they were still talking about the whole issue that Silas had with Jordan and Jasmine going out at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the mornings to go out to the club or wherever they're usually going out to. For Jasmine, she's basically seeing it as if it ain't something that's making her money, as in she's basically going to these places because it's offering her money. Getting the names down now. I'm getting the names good now. Amir and Jordan, they go out to kayaking. Amir asks Jordan if she wants to go to kayaking. Reason for Amir loving kayaking is because it was always in his family. He's always, like, ever since he was a kid, he always went kayaking. So it was just something where he's used to doing it, and since it was there, he wanted to go ahead and do it. And of course, you know, he wanted to spend more time with Jordan, so he wants to do it with Jordan. Now, Nick, when he see them out kayaking and everything, he's just like, oh, okay. Well, Jordan is more into this, so we'll see how that goes. Like, Nick throwing a little salt on it because, you know, Nick a little salty right now because Jordan is giving Amir a lot of attention. But in between that, Jordan is already tired. She didn't even want to really do the kayaking, but, you know, sometimes you don't want to say no. So she's like, okay, well, we'll do it. They go out kayaking. I don't know how long it was. Jordan got tired and she wanted a drink. So she was like, okay, well, let's go back. I'm ready to go back and drink. Amir was fine with it. While all of that was happening, outside as well, Silas, Alex, and Nick were outside. And they're just having conversation, and the name Shanice comes up. Shanice not even there yet. Shanice comes up because Nick got a little thing for Shanice. Now, Nick been, you know, when guys usually see like what they call an Insta baddie, guys go like get hot for that. Like they be like, oh, okay, she look good, da 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 da. And Nick is really feeling Shanice from what he sees on Instagram. That plays a factor. That's why I'm mentioning that. Let's rewind a little bit, because after everybody got home and, you know, everybody's like, okay, let's just go to sleep, da da da, everybody going to sleep. That's the reason why. It's Bravo. Bravo. That's why. Now, they married. Silas and Jasmine. They are married. And, you know, they gonna do married things. And they were in the midst of doing married things. And then, I don't know who was in the next bedroom, but they're like, they were like, oh, like basically they were like, oh, what is going on? And guess who's outside the door listening? I'll tell you, he be catching all the tea. Milo be catching all the tea. Milo out there like, what is going on in there? Now, Milo, go to sleep. It's too late. What is Milo still doing up? Milo is up. So, okay, so everyone's getting up again, you know, and that happened with the kayaking thing. Jordan, Silas, and Alex is speaking outside about Shanice, about her coming in and everything. And then later on, Nick, I guess, made reservations already for all of them to go bowling. So they go bowling, and Amir is asking, oh, he want to go up against the competitor, basically, like, who's the best here so I could go against him. I think one of the guys was like, oh, yeah, you know, the guy stuff. And Bria, she actually really has like childhood experience because from what she says, her dad owns a bowling place, so her and her family usually go bowling and everything. So she's used to going bowling, and she's really good. She got a really good score. So after that, so we get to the part where um, we get to the part where Preston, I think Silas was there as well, and Jasmine was there, of course, or Silas came a little after while he seen like them speaking, and Bria, she started speaking of when Simon, her boyfriend, is coming. So Simon's from Germany. I don't think I mentioned that last episode, but Simon's from Germany and Bria's been living with Simon, and it's a little different, and she's not used to a lot of the things that's familiar for like people that are German. So for her, it was just like, oh, okay, you know, it's something she has to get used to. But she started speaking about like when he's coming, because Jasmine had asked, okay, when is he coming? And she mentioned he's gonna come the last week of, I guess, the trip that they're on, the vacation that they're on, not trip, vacation, the vacation that they're on. And Jasmine, I guess from what Bria was saying, she started speaking about like the amount of money he had from what Jasmine interpreted. So Jasmine, what she said again? Jasmine was like, oh yeah. So yeah, she spoke about Simon coming, and she feels like Bria feels like, I almost said Bria feels like, because the producers asked like, do you feel like Jasmine is understanding like you and Simon's relationship? And Bria was like, no, she still feels like she still sees her as like the Playboy bunny back in the days that when they used to work together. And for Bria, she's a different person, so she wants Jasmine to see like the person that she is now, and she feels like Jasmine is not seeing that. And from the confessional, Jasmine, I ain't gonna lie, Jasmine, she know how to throw some shade. Jasmine, she knows how to throw shade. Now, I watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they know how to read. Jasmine, she know how to throw shade. I don't think Jasmine on the reading level yet, as in like know how to open the book and throw the slick remarks. But she does know how to throw shade. Jasmine was also saying like the way Bria has men, it's like she might as well start calling them $1, $1, $1, $2, $3. And I'm like, Jasmine, that was shady. I feel like everyone was still tired because, you know, like they're a little older. And it's not going against their age, because I'm gonna be older one day too. I'm still in my 20s, mid-20s, but I'm gonna be in my 30s soon. And you know, from what I heard, when you get older, you know, the things that you used to do when you were younger, you can still do them, but you need to do it at an earlier time. Because when it comes to like, that's how I feel like that now. I don't go clubbing or anything, but when I'm ready to go to bed, I'm ready to go to bed. So I feel like that's how everyone felt at that moment. And Mariah, she wanted to do something called Moon. I don't want to pronounce it. I don't want to say it wrong. It's Moon something that she wanted to do. Ready, they go to the fire pit, they get their blanket. And I'm here like, where's Milo? Where is Milo? Milo is under the blanket. Milo peeping out the blanket. Milo goes back in the blanket. It was cold outside. That's why, guys. It was cold outside. So everybody's cold. It's cold outside. And everybody was already tired with the bowling scene. So everyone was already like ready to go inside. Jasmine was the first one to go inside. And I think Silas followed her. Everybody went inside. They were like, yeah, Mariah, maybe, I think they said, maybe another time we'll do this again. And Mariah, she was the only one standing out there after everybody went inside. And she's like, I'm speaking to myself. And I felt bad for her because, you know, when you want to do something like special for like a person or a group of people, and, you know, you feel like they're not fully listening to you or they're not fully interacting with you, you kind of feel like down. You kind of feel like ashamed of even doing it because they didn't appreciate it enough. And I feel like that's how Mariah felt at that moment for the group itself. I feel like for them, it was just like, okay, it's already super late at night and they're just tired and it's cold outside. After that, Shanice comes in. Shanice comes in. Oh my gosh. Shanice comes in, you know, Shanice already got the bubbly personality. But Shanice comes in with positive energy and she's like, hey guys, da, 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 what's up? Hey Nick. And Nick and Preston's at the table together. Somebody else was on the other side, but Nick and Preston's at the table together. I love me some Preston. And Preston's like, it's like, oh, this is not the same person. And Preston was just giggling. And in the confessional, I'm thinking like, maybe he's like, okay, maybe because she seems like calm on Instagram and she's out there in person. But no, that's not even what he meant. Preston was like, Nick was like, showing Preston the photo of like what he's seen. He's like, this is an example of what I'm talking about. And they showed a photo. Producers are shady and messy. Oh. But I mean, it's production. It's always going to be like that most of the time with TV shows. So Nick is in the confessional and he's like, yeah, she looks different from what she shows on Instagram. And they show a like side-by-side photo of the Instagram photo with her like in the Playboy bunny outfit, and then they show her coming in with the glasses on. And I'm like, bruh, why would y'all do that? Shanice is pretty both ways. Like, she looks the same. I feel like she looks the same. I don't feel like she looks different from Instagram or in person. I feel like she looks the same. Like, not all the time you're gonna see a person dressed up or you know, makeup done and everything. Sometimes we like to chill too as women. Hello, man, y'all ain't gotta worry about that unless you putting some powder on your face. You don't gotta worry about that. Shanice is comfortable in her skin, and I love that. Period. I love that. So Shanice comes in, and Nick was feeling Shanice at first. And I feel like he still feels Shanice because he said it doesn't really make a difference. He just wanted to point that out. When Shanice sees Alex, now when I tell you all the men are handsome, for me, Nick is not really my cup of tea, but all the men there are handsome. And Shanice, they played the sound effects, they gave the sound effects, they gave the body language as well. Shanice was just like, okay. Like, in her head, she was like, okay, he fine. Shanice was like, Alex is hot. I get you. Shanice was like, Alex is fine. Like, he's hot. He's perfect. Now, I wouldn't say anybody perfect now, because we all got our own, what we call flaws. But Alex is fine. Alex is handsome. I get it. And they get to the scene where Jasmine goes to speak with Mariah about the plans that they have. Now, they already know that Preston's going to have work a little later on. So Preston's going to meet during the night. And they speak to Mariah. And Mariah's like, oh, I'm not really feeling like going out, I guess, for the dinner that they're going to have at a restaurant. So she said, let me know the plans later on, and then I'll see if I want to come. I just feel like Mariah, she still needed like time to just recuperate from just what happened the night before with the fire pit, them sitting at the fire pit and just leaving. I think like she just needed time to recuperate from that. Now, Jasmine speaks to Mariah about that. Mariah remembers that she left towels, as she called them, community towels. I don't know if that's the real name for it, but she calls it community towels. She remembers she left some community towels to wash and dry. So she went to go look at the community towels, and she notices dog hair again on the community towels this time, in the community towels. Last time it was the couch. It was the pool. Okay, let's get to it. So Mariah's upset about it. She confronts the group. She's like, "Hey guys, I know you're about to go out." And she spoke to Bria about it, and she's like, "Yo, like we already spoke about it. Once I'm done, then you can put yours, da da da," about the routine that they were gonna do with the towels at that moment. And Bria's like, "Okay." Now, Bria, you're wrong for that. I ain't gonna lie, because why would you put your towels? She probably thought like there wasn't gonna be any hair on it afterwards, but Mariah probably seen hair. Well, Mariah, from what Mariah says, she's seen hair in the towels. Now Bria was like, okay, like Bria was nonchalant about it. It's like, okay, and what? Like the same way she was with the well, at first with the dog hair on the couch, and Mariah gets upset. Now Bria and Mariah gets into it where they're at the point now they're about to fight, like throw hands fight. And Bria was trying to take the towel. She's like, okay, give them to me, give them to me. And Mariah's like, no, I ain't gonna give it to you. Mariah probably was like, all right, I'm gonna give it to you when I want to give it to you, because now you're not about to tell me I'm gonna give you my towels that I gotta rewash. So Bria's like, okay, give me the towels. And then they're getting into it. Mariah takes the towels, and Mariah's like, she's saying some words, da 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 da, da 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 da, and she's pushing Bria with the towels. And Bria didn't stand down. Bria was like, okay, what's up? What's up? Oh, she didn't say that, but she's like, what's up? What's up? Like, what's good? What's good? You're not about to push no towels on me. Like, what's good? Like, you're not about to do that. And they almost get into it. The guy's in the corner trying to figure out like what should we do to like de-escalate this altercation right now. And the guy's like, if we get into it, would it really help or would it like make it worse, basically? So the guys ain't going in. And Jasmine wasn't there the full time. Jasmine came in, I think, once the altercation got like more heated up, because Silas went and told Jasmine at the moment. And Jasmine was like, what's going on? And then she goes and go figure out like what's going on for real. And I don't know who stopped the fight. Yeah, Jasmine got in between the fight. And they didn't really like throw hands, but they were at the point where they're gonna throw hands, because Bria wasn't standing down either. And I get it, because it's like, you're not about to come in my face. Well, I'm changed now, but old me, you're not about to come in my face and I ain't gonna do nothing. Like, I'm a buck at you too. You bucking at me, I'm a buck at you. Now I'm nonchalant. Like, okay. But since you want to get heated up, okay, get heated up. So Bria's like, all right, well now you're not cooling down while I'm being nonchalant. Let me go ahead and buck up too. Bria bucks up. Bria bucks up. And in between that happening, Shanice leaves with the guys. Like, she didn't want to be a part of it, so she left. Well, when they got outside, the other girls, except for Mariah stayed in with Preston. When Bria, Shanice left. Bria, Jasmine, and Jordan, they went outside and like, oh, Shanice left? They didn't know Shanice left. So, you know, Bria, she's now more heated up, because it's like, girl, you really left me? Like, you were supposed to be like my main friend here and you left me? So when they get there to the restaurant, the guys get there with Shanice already there, and the rest of the girls get there, and you could tell like the energy was off with Bria because of what just happened, like literally just happened. And Bria walks away. Amir goes and speaks to Bria, trying to calm her down. She's like, oh, and she's not really feeling it because Shanice wasn't there to help her out. Like, you're my like true girlfriend. Like, why are you not there like defending me and helping me out? And in that moment, someone tells Shanice to go ahead and speak to her, and Shanice goes and speak with her, and you know, Bria like just lets it go, and they went back to the table. Now they're going to the club now, or like a party area. And before that, Mariah actually, after the guys left, they went back to the scene where Mariah and Preston's at the house. You know, Preston comes up to her. I guess Preston was already done with work now. Preston goes up to her and she's like, he's just asking like, is everything okay? Like, da da da, trying to just see like where Mariah's headspace is at. And Mariah, she has this breakdown moment, and I feel like she has this breakdown moment because she's away from her son, one, and then also she didn't mean, from what she said, she didn't mean to come off that way. It's just, you know, when you're in the spur of the moment, if someone's bucking at you or if you're mad about a situation because of another situation, then it's gonna make you more heated for no reason from what you're just seeing at that moment. And for Mariah, she's in the midst of just missing her son. I feel like it's just her missing her son at that moment. And, you know, she cries, you know, she lets it out. And afterwards, they're getting ready. When I tell you, it's been drama. The last half of the episode, like, there's two halves. The first part is just, okay, you know, wrapping up what Silas had to say with Jordan. And to now, Mariah, Bria, you know, and then Preston now comes in. Preston already lit. Now, Shanice and Bria are the only ones that know Preston. Well, personally knows Preston. Everyone heard things about Preston, like good things that both of them were telling the group about Preston. Preston comes in the house. Preston comes in with a bottle already in his hand. Now, you can already tell something was going to happen because once Preston got out, Preston almost tripped. And his ball, he almost tripped and his bags fell. And I'm like, Preston already, dog? You ain't even in the house yet. Like, literally, you're walking to go to the house. And Preston get in the house, you know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Was it not Preston? I'm so sorry. Not Preston. You know, so it's a new person. Phil. Okay. Phil. They said when you say it 3 times the name, you remember the name. Phil comes in the house. Sorry, the whole time I'm talking about Phil now. So Phil comes in the house, you know, meets Preston, and Preston's in the midst of getting ready upstairs, and Phil downstairs like, come take a shot, man. Come take a shot, man. Phil's already saying that, and Preston already likes his energy because Phil's already like the turn up person. Phil's already like ready to turn up. And Mariah also meets Phil. And Phil gives Preston a shot, you know, the bottle to take a shot. And then Preston's in the midst of telling him, because somebody barking, Milo's barking in Bria's room. So Phil's like, what is that? Like, who is that? What would he say? Who is that? Who is that? And Preston's telling him like, okay, yeah, that's Bria's dog. And Preston mistaken, he thought Preston was calling Bria a dog, but he wasn't calling her a dog. And then Phil went to go ahead and open Bria's door. He's like, hey buddy, like, what's up? Milo goes running. Milo was ready to get out the dang room. Milo started running out the room. And Phil's trying to get Milo to come back, go back in the room. Milo's still running around. And, you know, they get ready. Now, before Phil went into the house, Bria was FaceTiming Phil. You know, Bria was showing Phil the house, everything like about the house, like, okay, this is this room, not saying this is this person's room, this is this person's room. I don't think they already knew whose room was going to be what. I think everyone was still searching to see like, okay, this is the room I want, this is the room I want. So Bria was still showing her. Don't mind that, guys. They're cutting the grass outside. Hopefully it's not too loud. But right now though. But yeah, she was showing him like around the house, and Preston's like, oh, I want this room. Whose room is it? It's Nick's room. So Preston didn't know it was Nick's room because I guess afterwards, you know, they probably ended up figuring out whose room is which. And Phil already told Bria to leave like a note on there with his name so they know, okay, this is Phil's room. That didn't happen. So Phil felt like being childish. I think Phil was just drunk. But, you know, Phil was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and take a poop in a doo-doo-doo in Nick's bathroom. Phil goes ahead and takes a poop in takes a doo-doo-doo in Nick's bathroom, and not knowing that Bria didn't tell him that Nick already picked the room. And you know, they're getting ready to go to the club, and Mariah and Preston is waiting on Phil to come. Phil is still taking a poop, so they go into the car, and then Phil comes, and then they get to the club. You know, Mariah, for Mariah, she's just like, okay, I'm cool off of this. Like, I'm not about to like I'm not gonna be at a place where I can have a good time, and then I'm also like angry at Bria because of the situation that happened earlier. For Bria now, when Mariah gets to the club, like she sees her having fun and stuff, Bria's still upset because it's like, girl, you're gonna come in and act like nothing happened. Mariah's keeping her distance from Bria. You know, they dare to have a good time. So you see a person not caring, you don't care either. That's how I feel about it. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I keep burping today. I ate already. I had me some Chick-fil-A earlier. I don't know, but I don't know. But yeah, so when they get there, that happens, and Preston goes and tell Nick, dabs up Nick, you know, what's up, and he goes and tell Nick, what did he say? He said, I think Phil moved your stuff. Now, Preston, that was messy, Preston. That was messy because, you know, that would have started some issues, not knowing if he actually did move his stuff or not. So Nick is here like, what? Like, and then Phil comes up, and then that's when I guess Phil's finding out that, oh, that's Nick's room. And then he's like, oh, like now he's upset with Bria because it's like, dang, like why Bria didn't tell me that Preston was doing. So Preston was like, I feel like this guy moved your stuff out your room. Now that could have caused some drama, but Phil drunk, so I don't even think he really know where he is. So like I said last episode, Nick, he's a fashion person. So when he sees Phil, he's like, who is this guy like with the 90s outfit? Basically like, who is this person with this 90s outfit on? And I wouldn't say he wasn't feeling Phil. It's just like, you got the cornrows in, you got this like 1996 outfit on, da da da. So that's how Nick felt at that moment. Yes, so afterwards, Bria went ahead and she went outside because she was still upset. She was ready to go. And Jordan and because okay, so Bria felt like Jasmine is being a little fake, two-faced, because you didn't really like stick up for her, not knowing that Jasmine already spoke to Mariah in the laundry room when Mariah went back to the laundry room and told her like she felt like she was wrong, like you don't feel like you were wrong for that. And Jasmine even said like in the laundry room to Mariah, she was like, well, we're just gonna have to disagree on that, you know. So she did stick up for Bria in a way too. And Mariah actually even felt away because it's like, girl, you sticking up for Bria more. But Jasmine seeing the situation as Mariah was wrong in the situation, and as my friend, I'm gonna pull you aside and tell you you're wrong in this situation instead of saying it in front of everybody. I get Jasmine's point on that. But Jordan, when she pulls Jasmine aside outside, she's telling her like she's wrong. Mariah's wrong for pushing her because Mariah took the towels and she was like, ugh, with it. Like she was like, ugh, like she pushed the towels in her. And Jordan was just explaining like Mariah's wrong in this situation. Mariah's really wrong in this situation. And, you know, Jordan did a little push. Well, not a little. That was a big push. I ain't gonna lie. Because Jasmine gave her face like, girl, not you pushing me to give me an example. That happened. Now, everybody's going back. You know, everybody's going back in the house. And Nick sees that Phil actually pooped doo-doo-doo in the bathroom. And he's like, yo, like, that's really childish. Like, you really pooped and didn't flush. Like, you doo-doo-doo and didn't flush in the bathroom, which he really doo-doo-doo and didn't flush in the bathroom. So Nick goes up to Preston while everybody's in the group. I think Bria went to her room. Mariah went to her room. I think somebody else went into their room too. Jordan was away a little bit. And the guys were basically the ones that were still in the living room area. And Nick went up to him and just told him, like, bro, you're wrong for that. Could you go flush the bathroom? And for Phil, I feel like Phil is just drunk. I don't know how he is sober yet. We'll see in the next episode. But Phil, I feel like Phil was just drunk. Honestly, I feel like he was just drunk in the moment. So Phil, he's like, he basically like, yeah, I ished in your bathroom. I doo-doo-doo in your bathroom. Like you go flush it, basically. You go flush the doo-doo-doo. Alex like laying on the chair. I mean, laying, not because I'm laying on the chair. Alex lays on the couch, laying on the couch, and he's like confronting Phil too. A man's gonna feel some type of way about it. So Alex confronted him, you know, and then Phil not feeling that. So Phil like getting hot, getting hyped up, and Amir, because Alex, you know, everybody's cool in the house now. So Amir is just like, you're like, whoa, who you talking to? Like, you just came in the house and you already getting riled up like it's your house. This is our house. I was just like, oh, I didn't think Amir could get like this. Amir was standing up for his rights, for the house rights. And Phil just started talking about, before that, Phil was talking about like some slavery stuff that didn't even have to do. That's how I knew he was really drunk, or just drunk, because the slavery stuff he was talking about didn't even have to do with a conversation. He was trying to make it relate, but it wasn't magnetic, like it wasn't connecting. So even me, Preston was like, what? Even me, I was like, huh? Okay. Let's make it make sense. Let's connect it together. And Phil even made a comment about like Preston's top being too tight. Like he need a looser top. And Preston, Nick was just like, that's corny. That's when the whole escalation happened. And Amir stood up for Alex and the whole house, well, for the guys, because Amir felt like, you're like, yo, you just came in the house just tonight. Like, we've been in the house since, I don't know how many days before, but they've been in the house for a minute. So it's like, who you talking to like that? Like, you standing your ground. What you standing your ground on? What you standing your ground on? Because it ain't concrete. It's basically grass you standing your ground on. That's how Amir felt. And the episode ended from there. So, you know, let's go ahead and end this video as well. We had a good chat. I think I covered like most of the main topics. And I'll see you guys back for Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm gonna do Real Housewives of Atlanta, both episodes combined together, because it wasn't really a lot for both episodes. So we'll get to the main topics with that as well. And I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I need to start getting that into the memo too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video.